Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
All the roads we travel, the journey of our lives. Take another picture before we say goodbye. Arm in arm we're standing side by side. Memories fade but legends never die. One last time, let's live for something. I can feel my blood, it's rushing. This ain't goodbye, we'll be back someday. And we will find our own way. Take control of our fate. And like a car with no brakes, crash and learn, make mistakes. And we'll be back one day. I got dreams, wanna go fast. Know this energy's here to last. Not a glass half full, overflow that. Gotta keep your eyes up on the prize. Only got one life, so it's worth a try. To find what makes you feel alive, that's the only way to live it right. And now we're all doing our own thing, but I'll never forget our glory days. My mind is full of the memories, yeah. And I'll never forget what they meant to me. Don't worry, we'll be back one day to celebrate our glory days, down, we'll be back around. For now we can feel some sorrow. A new day, it starts tomorrow. We'll wake up, new dreams to follow. A new goal and brand new motto. One last time, let's live for something. I can feel my blood, it's rushing. This ain't goodbye, we'll be back someday. And we will find our own way, take control of our fate. And like a car with no brakes, crash and learn, make mistakes. And we'll be back one day.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine in the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path. If you want it bad, I'm gonna show you where it's at. Yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done. I'll be number one, working hella hard until I get just what I want. Yeah, rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I fall. Yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Hello. Hi. So, I'm Coach Abhishek. I welcome all the viewers to 21st Chessbrainz Club Arena. We have Coach Dhruv with us. Hi Dhruv, are you excited for today's games?
Hi. Yup, really excited. I was just waiting that we'll join the community for all the kids will going to learn. If I just gonna add something in them, I will really love that.
Definitely. So let us go through the first request we are getting today. We are getting a request for Mr. Chess Forever. He's currently playing against Dheeraj. Dheeraj is playing from the pieces of white, and Chess Forever is playing from the pieces of black.
Okay. So like right now, according to the pieces, black is ready for the castle. White is ready for the castle actually, and I think it's the right time for the white to open up after doing a castle.
That's correct.
What?
But seems like a forced queen trade again. White can stop it, but then
Yeah.
black has the ways to work it out. And is this a pre-move? I mean,
Maybe yes. Maybe yes. That was a pre-move. Because I
it
think
seems
the
like a
white
slip
should
of mouse
do a...
with that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Because the F file, whenever the F file is open and you have a short castle option, go for it. Don't worry about the king. The king can shuffle it onto the H1 easily.
True. And here, what do we see actually in this particular game? That right from the opening, we have shifted to the end game itself because there has been a lot of trades in last few moves. And now each and every move is going to count on the board for both the players.
Yup, that's actually right. And right now in this condition, I would say white should do a long castle at least now. White is taking a too long right now.
Exactly.
And
They should long castle. That's true. Even the pawn now on C2 is compromised, so they have to defend it.
I think
And black is suddenly
got a
coming
chance
into the
here.
game. Yes.
Black
That's
black
correct.
got a chance here. Like black can just give a check and take down the B2 pawn and break the pawn chain, which is like going into the end game because right now checkmates are not suddenly possible, but going into the end game that pawn chain will affect.
Definitely. A plan that white can try again is to create a passer on the queen side if everything, just goes under the trade. But then again, the king is on the same side, so this is going to make a bit of difference for the white as well.
And actually, Mr. Chess Forever is really playing good, but the Dheeraj has done some mistake of not doing a long castle actually. So that's the advantage Chess Forever got. So because of that, now the black is in a driver position. So he's taking up on the game. I think from here, I believe the black is going to make it because
That's
the
true.
pieces. Yep.
Yeah. So the activity is adding on the board, right? For the black right now.
Yes, the black has the more activities. Although the black king is under like open, but the thing is, white's rook is not active. So less the number of pieces are not active on your side will decrease the chances of win.
That's correct. So ultimately, you're trying to see. There's one more thing which adds up here. When the queens are off the board, the king won't be that much compromised. Okay, you can still leave your king in the center, because in the end game, one of the main ideas is to centralize your king, and that is currently impacting the whole board. Is how I'm going to add up here. Apart from that, now knight takes. Yeah, now knight takes h3 is coming with a check. It's a counter attack here. I can see.
No, they should not do that. Actually,
exactly. That's correct. The
because now they are hanging upon two pieces. One is knight, another is bishop. But yeah, because of having a check tempo.
I'm just waiting for this. Oh. No problem. Black is still having a passer which can make a very good difference in the position.
Yes. After exchanging of bishops. They should exchange.
Black is saying, I don't want to exchange. I want to work it out with my passer directly. Even though bishop is one of the key defenders, so if not now, later on this has to be done in some or the other way.
Yeah.
Rook can go behind, but the king can come over. Rook is coming over. So it's not going to be that easy even for the black. Rook comes king. White is going to win a pawn there.
Yep. Now the white.
I think black should try to
eventually
rook g8 maybe.
Black should play a g8. You are right, because the reason is that pawn is not going to be get defended.
True. And if you trade into a position where your opponent has more material, then definitely white is going to get victory there. I didn't understood the point of moving the king here. I mean, you can infiltrate, but this flanking won't work, I guess.
I just want to add one thing into the student that remember, advancement of king is good, but when you are having an equal number of pawns, what happens once you advance the king? After that, once they are in front of each other, it means they are in front of each other, you are not able to move them forward. So at that time, the number of pawn will increase the movement on the board. So the movement increase, in that case, when movement increase, your number of chances of getting a win decreases on the opponent side. Because eventually you have to move your king and you are making the opponent just like the white did here.
Okay, so
you're making
black
the
has
opponent
resigned.
to enter in your territory.
That's true. So here the black has resigned, and you can see, yes. So endgame principles, right? The king pawn endgame, opposition and all those factors count here. But yes, white was able to outplay black just for one fact here, that they allowed that free pawn to their opponent.
Yeah.
We'll take on the next request immediately right now. Okay, so we are getting a request for now Joshua. We are going to take on their game immediately. Joshua's username, let me just retry that. Okay, Joshua is there. So Joshua is taking against Rishi. Rishi is playing black. Joshua is playing as white. We are into an endgame where black has a massive advantage of a rook pair right now.
Yep.
And seems difficult for the white just with one bishop, one knight. Let's just try to scroll back and see how this position has came up for both the players.
Yep.
There was a scotch game on the board here, and they decided to play advance.
What?
The knight has got blundered. Maybe this must have been a pre-move. I'm really sure players at 1000 do not make this kind of mistakes. This is more of a thing of where they have decided to pre-move, yes. And after pre-moving also, okay, black is better in terms of activity here.
Yeah.
But giving up that knight doesn't make sense. One thing is for sure, the centralized king can be a reason for compromise.
So actually, I don't understand. The pre-move, it happens, but I will tell the students that try to wait till your opponent moves. Pre-moves are 1, 2, 3. Three moves you can do a pre-move. But when your piece is getting closer, at that time stop doing a pre-moves. Because you don't know what the next opponent is going to play. So you are prepared, that's fine. But the thing is, what the variation is changed. Because we teach the children about the opening principle. That play this, play this. Yeah, you have to follow that. But the thing is that keep it in a mind after 2 or 3 moves. Whenever your pieces are getting closer to each other, don't do a pre-moves. That's what I would like to add here.
The rook was trapped and later on it was compromised. Again, they tried trapping the queen, but it won't get trapped because there are obviously numerous squares where the queen can go. Later on, here black didn't try saving the queen and they blundered it. I think kids are going a bit fast is how I can conclude this. There was a beautiful skewer and that is where black started winning. And when we now head to this endgame position, the game is still taking place and black is completely better. So black has the dominancy here. They're completely going to convert it after they get a queen. The position is all favoring them and it's quite evident that black is going to win. Let's take on one of the next games now. Yeah. We're getting a request for Kailash. We are going to take his game. Kailash is on the second place right now in the leaderboard. He's playing his third game. So he's playing from the pieces of black against Tanish. Tanish is playing from the pieces of white here.
Like here the exchange of knight with the knight should take away. Yes. He should take away. So, because the opponent's king was in the center.
Correct. So here the game started with the traditional royal pass and then we see the main ideas coming on the board, breaking on the center and all the standard stuff.
Okay.
Wow, the knight got undeveloped back on g8. Yeah. Again, this knight can be rerouted, I will not deny. But knight h6 can't be a way because bishop takes h6 and your castle is off the board. So,
yes.
Okay, f6 is a tricky move here because it might weaken your king a bit, and then they finally got rid of that piece.
Okay, so at this point, they have to if the kids can try. So I will say that where they are totally trapped. Here the black is totally trapped.
So what happened from there is after the pawn got a tempo over the knight, the rook got centralized to punish the centralized king. Pawn f6 comes on the board. Now this pawn is trying to challenge the centralized pawn. They fought for it. And the best thing that black did, they were underdeveloped. They didn't have the space advantage, so they decided to trade and simplify the position for themselves. They're trying to get rid of the opponent's pieces in each and every move is what we observed here. And white was also favoring some trades. Even though white started really, really well, but they were not able to keep their advantage for too long because after the trades, the good pieces of white got exchanged with the bad pieces of black, eventually leading to the neutralized position. And here maybe the white is the one who is undeveloped completely at this point.
But right now, white blunders.
White blundered a piece in the...
White blunders.
White blundered a piece there.
White has to take the knight with the rook.
Yes. So at this point, there were 4 pieces on the board at this point, and here something took place. The pawn was taken down. Knight got the pawn, and then the knight just took here back, which gave 2 pieces of the white to black, and black just lost only one of their bishop down the road.
Yeah. Rook so should take the knight first over there.
Exactly. There was no need to complicate the position. After this was taken down, rook takes and this bishop gets pinned on the king, right?
And also, bishop is also protected on b5.
True. So there was no need to do or try any counter attack or any fancy line on the board. Fine. Then the rook went on the second.
I think from here the black is winning. Black is completely winning.
Yes, black is the piece up, so there is no doubt in that. And then white just resigned. Okay, they could have played it, but the game is still going to be difficult because I think black is just completely outplayed in this game.
Yeah,
we can take on the next request now. Yes, please.
I just want to add one thing in that game, that what happens like when we are kids, at that time we see the quantity of army, because as the number of pawns are there, if you have seen that number of pawns on the black side were more.
Yes,
So eventually that makes the white to resign.
that's correct. Because those pawns are ultimately going to queen up at the end, right?
Yeah.
I completely
So
agree with you.
that's yeah.
Okay, now we are getting a request for Sankeet. Sankeet is playing as white against Dheeraj. He's playing from black. And we see another dominant game on the board right now. One kid is almost a 1500, the other one is 1750. And
Wow. Okay.
black is a
so
piece
here-
down in this position right now. But they do have a passer, which can be a compensation. But again, black has lost a bishop, so I think this actually looks tricky. But then takes, maybe pawn takes, and then bishop takes.
I think black will go for check. I think. Oh, okay. White. It's white's turn.
White's turn, that's correct. Can we carry up with a bishop check later on? Rook check. You can set up a discovery now. Something like windmill here
Yep.
can come up. After rook f7, king g8, there's a discovery down the road.
Actually, you can just play here. Rook f7, giving a checks with the rook, because your two pieces are very well, like two bishops are very well placed. So giving a continuous check might be taking it into a draw. It's a really good thing
It
because
can even
that
lead
passer
to
is-
a victory as well, right? There are chances
Yeah.
of checkmate is also I can see on the board right now.
Okay, so white is going for it.
But then
White
that's
is going
wrong
for
check.
it.
Now you can't go bishop e6. You might think of something like rook g6, but
Right. Yeah,
about
but
rook
then
to
you are opening up
G6?
f7.
The f7 is opening up at that point. Yeah, but still it's fine. You have rook g7 later on to carry up with. I mean, there is a lot that white can do at this point because of their high activity. Bishop check.
Okay, that is fine. You can give a check from there because the dark square bishop is there, so g7 is completely fine, sir.
The king seems locked here. I think there can be a mating threat now.
Yup. Okay, here we have mating threat. Rook f7 first.
No, maybe bishop jumps in and then rook h8 can be the one of the ideas here.
Yup.
You first set up
Yeah,
the
that
mating
is-
net
that is
completely.
right.
And then rook h8 can just finish up the game in style
Oh,
without doing anything
here-
fancy there. Yeah, rook h8 is like
That
game
is
over
the
now.
same thing going to happen on the board.
Truly. And what can black do to keep their game going? I don't see much of the options for them.
No,
Maybe they can just,
actually because
Mate.
that's a checkmate now.
Good execution of the mate here. But both kids
Because
played really well.
even black goes for rook f2, then after black doesn't have any more checks, so that
That's
he can
true.
convert the game.
That's actually true. I will completely agree with you on that note. We are getting the next request for Arav right now. Let's quickly dive in to their game and just see how it's taking place. So, Arav is playing with the white pieces, Kanish is playing from the black, and one kid is a 490, the other kid is almost a 1250. So we are going to see a big operating difference and a different play styles on both ends.
Okay, so the black is
The black is
No.
already collapsed here. The queen is missing for the
Yep.
black army, and a lot of pieces are
queen is
missing.
missing, two
Bishop
bishops.
pair is missing, one knight is missing, castling is not there. I think there's a lot that the players at 500 will able to learn out of this game. So I would like to go at the beginning and see.
Yep.
Okay, here,
Okay.
okay, developing the bishop is fine. Bishop c4 where it belongs. Otherwise, opponent gains the tempo to break with d4. But we don't expect, we can't expect much from a 500. Okay, this is just a demonstration,
Yeah.
nothing much. Again, they kept on developing. That was important. They were at least developing pieces at this level, which is a good sign.
Okay, but
Just knight is now on the verge
There
of
is
getting trapped. Yeah.
black
Black has
should.
played king
I
d7.
just, I'm just curious that how the queen is gone.
That's true, and I see your bishop is getting attacked. The simplest way is to just go back on h5, hold on to this easy pin that you have made, or just save the bishop on some easy square. Why would you
Yeah.
move your king and
Yeah.
lose your castling rights? That's a thing that definitely the kid will go after the game. Knight comes over, and White has managed to win this game. We'll just see what happened later on.
Like, I just wanna curious that how the queen is gone.
Definitely. Okay, there was a fried liver sort of thing, but in a different sense right
So
now.
the queen has taken maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking that the black bishop is not moved and the queen was standing on the dark squares. So I was just thinking that how the queen is gone.
The most important point is the Kanish seems new to the game, so he will take his time to
Yeah.
grow and develop. He'll gain that experience, and over the period of time, we'll see his improvement. Definitely, that is a statement for all the players who are just joining as their first tournament. That's just a
Yeah.
reality. How everyone starts grooming their game.
Yes.
Okay, now we are getting a request for Netran. This is going to be a game here. So Netran is playing from the pieces of black against Sardana. She's playing from the pieces of white. When we scroll back at the beginning now, we see a Caro-Can on the board.
Caro-Can on the board.
Advance. I've not seen
Okay.
this f6 as to be one of the famous moves because you're just compromising on the king's safety. So this is going to be a spicy idea. F pawn comes in, and this is getting now converted into something more wild. Bishop f5 seems okay. Actually, bishop f5 is a very good idea here because after the queen check, not only you can block, but bishop can go back on g6 and can gain a tempo back on the queen. Plus, the bishop stays active.
Okay, white has come up with very strong.
But defending the pawn might not be the best option here. The reason I'm saying this is after takes, the white has a direct passer in your kingdom, and this can act as a pawn wedge in the future.
Yes.
If a rook or queen joins the party from behind. Yeah. Queen comes in, the pawn will gain a tempo on the queen, that's obvious here.
So, the thing is, whenever you see the pawn on your side, in between the four squares, you have to try to make him stop, not let him come on the third square. So that's the basic thing. Anyhow, stop the pawn on e6. Don't let it come on e6, because once it comes on e6, that's the same thing as you have shown f7 and d7, which is one of the best square for the black to open up their pieces, which is getting blocked. So that is a big reason. You should stop the passer early.
That's true. It's like how a stranger comes into your house and damages you, right? You never let a stranger enter into your house. This is the same example for that. Again, what I see, black is not having the complete prep of their opening, and they're trying. They've seen something. They're trying, but it's not up to the mark right now. But with the experience, they will definitely grow. That's what I'm anticipating right now. Now, white is just being sure. They know the black king is in the center. The queen is already lined up on the king, and they're just pushing their passer to open up this line. They might try some early attacks as well. Knight goes here. Maybe black wants to try some quick mating threat on the board right now.
Yeah.
Knight comes to cover it. Still, you see white is not launching an early attack, which they should. They're focusing on developing. So this is a very good takeaway for the black out of this game is what I'm going to say right now. There's a pin down the line. Even if it's defended, it might be annoying. And here black breaks the pin because they found some way to punish, but queen takes rook is going to be a check. The king has to move, and then eventually they might end up defending f2 threat as well. So there was a miscalculation we see here. Yeah, the pawn is being one of the main reasons here.
Okay, push. There is a check of knight also.
There's a lot of things are taking place here. Knight just tries to
knight check, and it will be mate. No, knight check was mate, I think. That pawn was on h3.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
So
It's on
here,
it.
h4, right? So knight check might not be a mate because the king can still come over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Like
thinking.
I just
Again,
thought
if
the
queen check, then
h3
king
is there.
takes. Yes. No, h3. It's actually h4 which came up as a check here. White is chilling, White says, I don't mate you, I'm okay. I have a passer, I might get a queen, I might take a complete piece, as a compensation to my pawn. They don't care. They are doing so good that they don't. Even if you have massive advantage on the board and if you make minute mistakes, it just doesn't count.
Yep. Like even like rook e1, then rook e6, then mating threat on g6. So
Yeah,
white is
yeah, yeah,
completely
yeah.
fine.
That all
Oh,
counts.
yeah.
And
So
then
here, yeah.
definitely now white is we are just waiting for the final blow, right? And black is still trying to figure out how can I try to defend that mating threat.
Now there is no way actually, like, to go for the defense.
They could have tried maybe moving the king to the side or something, but it just doesn't turn well because queen takes g6. It's anyhow a mate. So good game by Sardana here. She wonderfully played it. Nitran can again take his time to play. What I see with this kid, he has 3 minutes and 44 seconds. He can still take his time and he can play rather than trying to compete for the time against his opponent.
Yeah.
Is what I'm going to suggest.
Actually.
Yeah, just being slow, just try to be accurate will take him further in his journey. We are getting a request for Iziana right now. Iziana has already completed her game, and there's one good thing about her right now. She has played 5 games, she has won 4 of it, and she has a 80% win rate with a streak of
Wow.
3 games in a row.
That's
It is definitely
crazy.
going to be fun to see her games. So she was playing white against John. They were playing black. The game started with the traditional. Oh, there's a Vienna game on the board. It transposes
No.
into the main line. Yeah.
The game is not visible right now.
Okay. There we go. So
Yeah, now it's visible.
basically there was e4, e5, and knight c3. For a moment I thought this is a Vienna game.
Oh, okay.
And then black was more keen on moving the same piece twice. The idea was to exchange a knight for a bishop, which has always worked. But in opening, you shouldn't move the same piece twice. This can be a plan for the middle game, but not for the opening.
Oh, okay. They have managed to create an inaccuracy actually on the board with that pawn. But in the center, there is not much affected because the
Yes.
thing is, in the center, you have a well defense with the queen, with the rook after castle. So it's not. But if it is in a corners like on the castling sides, then it's a very big inaccuracy. We can say.
Like the double pawns, right?
Yep, the double pawns.
Here it won't impact actually. If you have studied some lines of London or let's say Kohler system, you can go 95 without any problems because you have a massive grip on the square. This is more like the, there's a Morox's bind in the Sicilian, if you know. This is something like this, so it is going to help white to have a beautiful control on the square. Knight outpost is definitely possible here at some point.
Yeah, even the protecting with b3 is fine because the black has kept their pawns on a dark square, so knight is not that weak.
I agree, but after b3 there are dark square weaknesses here, and you definitely don't want to fianchet your bishop on b2 just because they have a massive pawn chain and the bishop will have no activity down the road. So if you are planning to break with f4 in the future, then this might be a suggestion. But currently b3 might not turn out to be the best because of the weak squares.
Yeah, that is right.
Queen comes and okay, white is increasing the pressure here. They increase the pressure basically. The black increase the pressure on the c4.
But that's a what?
That ended up being a 4. White did
Yeah.
well, but here they got into a tactic.
And I think Iziana is playing with white, right?
She's playing white, but she still ended up winning. So we need to see, even after losing a piece, how did she manage to win? Also, this was just not 4, but it was a skewer as well. The bishop is skewing the queen,
That's what I'm saying.
the rook, and this is a fork at the same time. The kids are just
So
having.
eventually the white is losing. I think the piece? No. Yeah, it's fine.
No, white will just
Black-
lose one of those. Either you like
Yeah.
lose your rook and you might just recapture, or you just win the knight and you let the rook go away.
Okay. I think the bishop should capture the rook. It's a better option.
No, but there are two reasons. If you take 5, I get 3 points back. If you take 3, you get a complete 3 without losing anything. Apart from that, the
Yeah.
knight can be one of the threatening guy here. If the queen moves from out of its position, then knight takes c7 is a threat. So this is like a stranger into your house, and you first need to deal with that.
Yeah.
That is the certain reason why the
Completely.
kid has decided to take the knight.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Okay, so the black tried chasing the knight away, but again, it can be fun to see if there's idea of knight f5 as well. Again, it does nothing except an outpost, but it can be taken down.
I think this game is like ended up in the middle game only.
Yes, completely. There was a trade of pieces. Now,
That was
white
trade
has
or
played
like
pawn
blunder
g2.
of knight. There was a trade or blunder of knight. I just
Trade.
that's a knight.
Knight takes,
Okay.
bishop takes, bishop is in the activity. Now, black can obviously think of exchanging their bad bishop for white's good bishop. G3
But
must be for defending the back rank, maybe.
I think after the long castle, I will say if like the black moves the rook on a g8 and then after coming up onto the g7 and anyhow get rid of the g pawn, then it's directly creating attacks on the king.
I completely agree to you. But at this point, my question for you is: what are you going to play if you are playing white here? What is going to be your main approach?
So as a white, right now there are the two things. You have to stop this pawn. Actually, the g5 is flowing so fast because right now you don't have a break on the queen side castling of the black. To the black queen
Yeah.
side castling. So you have to stop that pawn first of all. So here there are the risky moves, not very right. There are the risky moves. Playing a g4 is one of the idea because the g4 is doing it that it's blocking the queen on a h5 also.
But there's one more thing. If you play, let's say, pawn g4, then the dark square bishop might have difficulty in getting activated, right? So even
Yeah,
you are
so
going
that's
to
what-
ruin the dark square
That's
bishop
what
of your
gives
opponent.
that's what gives the advantage to the white. More there both of the bishop will be like collapsed. Because see, after g5, after g4, they are not able to take. Then after move the h3, keeping the both pawns strong. And then after you can start sending your pawns from the c5 and break the center and create the attack from the center.
I certainly agree to you. So black kept a tricky position by not castling and leaving their king in the center for too long. The main idea of the black here was to fool their opponent by keeping their both the options open. I might castle on the king side, I might castle on the queen side. That was the main idea. I think the best thing that white can still do here, according to me, is just get your pieces out, just make them ready for an attack, and as soon as your opponent castles, drop in an attack on the side where they castle. Even just developing and just holding a bit longer to see what your opponent does can be a good option. If you want to strike in the center, I think going with the c pawn can be the best option here. Just to open up the center forcefully and try something. G3 and then.
I think black should have made g5. I
don't
think
like
so.
the h4 idea here, to be precise, because after pawn takes,
That's
there
a
can
wrong
be a
idea.
direct open file. Yeah.
That's a
I mean,
that's a
h4
wrong idea.
See, if this was meant to be executed, there could have been a better way to do so. Maybe king g2, maybe rook h1, pawn
Yeah.
h4. If pawn takes, rook takes, and then you can have a counterplay on the side of the board. Seems better.
That's truly right. Now
This
another
reminds
thing
me. Yeah.
another thing is when the queen is moved on d7, there is a threat of anyhow the bishop h3. Bishop h3
Yes.
also, like if the rook has been moved. So putting a king over there is also like on g2 is a little bit of threatening. So that's the
correct.
thing. So that's why I was certain about the g4.
Okay,
Because
G4 was certain, but here let's say for this position right now, where the kid is, let's say if this is the position which is taking place, you can go with F3 just in order to prevent G4, maybe then G4, maybe King up, maybe Rook H1, maybe you break.
yeah,
That's how you can create a complete play. It is still, there's a very high possibility of making the things work. Oh, the purpose of H4 was to exploit the pin.
yeah.
Pawn took and Isiana recovered the piece back that she lost, preventing their opponent from castling on the queen side for the future as well.
But
Pawn
I
taken
think
down
I,
and
I think on that position, if the rook has been played on g8, it's completely savable. Rook g8 rather than taking with the pawn.
yes, Rook G8 could have been a very solid option here. I agree to you, but then still, I mean, black has shown a quickness here to take, and then they were a bit fast. There was a skewer down the road when the f pawn left the down road. I was even sure of this, so I said f3. Lost a rook, but the only thing, black is winning, but there are few elements which is impacting the game still now. The rooks are inactive of the black, while whatever white have, they are almost active. They are putting pressure on the weaknesses of their opponent. So if you have a higher activity, even if your opponent has a higher material than you, you're going to outplay them using your activity.
Yeah.
Let's say they want to take here, and you can give it, but yeah, this now feels a bit risky.
Black has done a little bit of mistake here, I will say. Rather than rook g8 right now, first black should go for long castle.
I agree to you. Maybe long castling could have saved their game for longer, but they decided to take the free pawn, and here the fun actually begins for both the players. The rook comes back here, and now we need to see how did the white converted the game. White is just trading down. Might not be the best option, because if everything got traded, okay.
You are down to
It was
2
not
points.
a trade, it is actually a mating threat on F8, what she figured out. There was a deflection down the road, and then Queen F8 just finished the game.
That's amazing, actually.
I think Isiana's tactics are too good. I really need to appreciate her game.
Yeah, endgame mating tactics are too good. I will
Not
say
only
that.
endgame, you saw that how she played that pawn on h4 and we thought it's a mistake, but then we figured out that she was exploiting the pin. It was too good.
Yeah.
Let's take on the next request now.
Her rating was like, what's her rating was? 1247. Wow, that's
Yeah, she's not too high.
good.
It's like 1247, but she's playing really like a professional. She's blundering. I'm definitely gonna say that. She's doing really well. We're getting a request for Dheeraj. We are going to do it. We're going to take his game. Oh, Dheeraj is taking on the chess professor. Interesting to know. The chess professor is playing white. The Dheeraj is playing from black here. And I see a rook minor pieces endgame right now.
the white.
Both kids
White
can have
go back.
difficulty for the back rank. Yeah. But who is doing good here? I think it seems equal, except the fact I think this pawn is beautifully pressing the black's kingdom, right? The black's position.
Yep. Yeah, and another thing is the bishop is on. Oh, what? Okay.
Bishop will get trapped.
White should have moved their knight, I think so. From
Yeah.
the c2 and activate it as soon as possible from c2 d4, then get onto the black side.
I agree with you, because that is superior minor piece imbalance, right? If your minor piece is better than your opponent, you will just outplay them. Another thing which I figured out, after pawn to f4, this is a backward pawn, okay? Then even the b3 can be backended up by playing a5. If white just plays a5, this is a backward. This is a backward. Double. You have a lot of weaknesses that black can target at this point with higher activity. I see this is going more to the favor of black right now.
Yeah, because of not moving that knight, especially, I will say.
Knight comes there.
Okay, now white is doing good, I will say, because knight is in a center.
Knight is in the center, I agree, but let's say the bishop can still hop. It's a long range weapon, and even if the bishop got a bit of space to move, it can, just maneuver itself throughout the board. So we never know how this position can change for both the players. But I'm witnessing a bishop versus knight endgame.
Because of that
Yeah.
two pawns, actually, because of that two pawns, because the bishop has to manage a lot. So that's the reason white is doing a good.
I think black could have played pawn a5 earlier to avoid, the king from coming here and to create the backward pawn. I think that was one thing that black has missed here. Again, they're trying to move the bishop back and forth. That clearly shows they're trying something, but they don't have a clear plan to play this endgame.
Actually, they are not able to do anything. Because if you can see anywhere he pushes the pawn, it's getting down.
And also that look at that knight. It is so annoying for the white. I mean, for the black, that they can't do anything much about it. Okay, you can close down the position by putting your bishop here or something like that. But then your opponent is eventually going to create a passer on the queen side, and then you are definitely going to fall apart. Because after the trade, there's a passer along the a file, and this is just looking pretty clear for the white to win.
Okay. So here,
even f7 is hanging. You might just defend that pawn, and you can go behind f7 in the next move. You don't have to do anything fancy. Take this, base off the pawn chain, and then just hover your knight around, and you can take more weaknesses of your opponent. Base pawn falls, then there's an isolated pawn, a backward pawn. Knight can just work around all of them. On passant. Now it's falling apart.
Now it's winning.
Beautiful game by Dheeraj here. Beautiful game. I mean, by the chess professor. They are justifying to their name, maybe. Yeah, they're simplifying the position as well. Yeah, let's take on the next request then.
Yeah.
Let us give a glance of the leaderboard to our viewers. Tiziana is on the 10th right now. Sankeet is on the 9th. Sardana is on the 8th. Afnan is on the 7th. Kailash is on the 6th position. Then we have Livinish. He has taken a pause for now, but on the 5th position, 16 points. Then we have Karthik on the 4th position, 16 points. We have Top Chess Part. 3rd position, 16 points. AK 513. Now, what do we see here? That all the players from the 2nd rank to the 5th rank have the same points till now. So leaderboard has not justified till now, okay? It might change till the last moment, as we have seen in our previous tournaments as well.
Because
this is
the
not
difference in Manikandan and AK15 and till the 4th. No, till
Definitely.
the 5th. It's 20. So if Manikandan loses one, all has a chances to come up.
At least you see AK, Parth and Karthik, they just have to win one game. Manikandan, by mistake, if loses one of their games, then definitely this is going to impact the leaderboard and his position might get compromised after that. Oh, he's taking on AK. Let's feature this game. We also need to see how the top rankers are making here.
Wow. So here,
Manikandan is on a losing position right now. Manikandan is playing black, AK is playing white, and Manikandan has a knight, AK has a rook.
Okay, but actually the knight tactics at the end game, we have to be very, very careful with the tactics of knight, of doing a fork with the king and rook, because maybe the students have also seen that thing lots. So here,
what white is preparing, white is preparing to maybe give this. They are looking to exploit the pin potentially, but their rook got challenged. Oh, I mean, can they exchange sacrifice and create a passer on the queen side?
I will say it's better not to exchange right now, because you can still avoid that pawn by pushing the h4.
I see that as a possibility, but then I'm thinking you have 2 versus 1. If you somehow create a passer, then you will create one of the principle of 2 weaknesses, and that can lead to a good position. But again, that is going to be a quite bold idea.
Oh, okay. That was a mistake.
Knight to e4. Definitely.
So
now what?
Here the black
knight d2 is a good move to attack b3 here. What if rook infiltrates? There is idea of rook e7, then you start taking those pawns. Also check even needed.
You
Can we create a second mating
you
thread?
can also,
Check, king, and mate. Rook check is a
yes,
mate.
yes, that's
Brilliant
what I'm
execution by the white. Oh my goodness.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah,
What?
we were
Oh my
not
God.
expecting this from white right now. I know players are good at 1400, but especially when you are executing a mating net, this is not an easy idea at this level.
Yeah.
You're
When you're
aware
playing
of
on
your-
the board, it's not easy to spot. We can spot it because we are reviewing it. But when the player is playing, they have to hold on their nerves. So there are lots of things going on in their mind. So finding that mating net is like quite amazing for the by the egg.
I need to appreciate the presence of mind of white here, because white knew that once the black knight goes away, the black king is going to be more weak, and this is the moment when I can come in and I can use my pieces to mate their king. Beautiful execution. I was able to saw this mating thread, but I was not expecting at least a 1400 kid to do it. So definitely the AK has played better than his current rating.
Yes,
Good to see that.
actually, it's true.
Yes. Okay, so now AK is leading, Manikandan is on the second rank, but we never know, okay? There is going to be
Yeah.
a lot of dynamics coming around.
Still, there is a 14 minutes. You can play at least 2 games.
Yes, that's correct. Now, we are getting a request for Joseph and John. We'll try to go through their games. Okay, Joseph is playing against Arav. Joseph is playing black. Arav is playing from the pieces of white. There is some early opening skirmish taking place because both haven't castled till now. We see the Scandinavian on the board, and black decides to develop the knight to f3. White decides to develop the knight. There is some tactic here where you sacrifice a knight and then eventually you win the queen.
Yeah.
Yes, there is some early tactic. You try to hold on.
Okay, so
I don't
from
remember
here-
the trap pretty well though.
What?
There is some trap here, like there's some way to checkmate early or to do something. By sacrificing this pawn and you play knight g5, there is a trap in this line. I'm not able to recall that line. I don't play it myself, so not sure about it.
So that trap is actually like you are maybe thinking about that queen trap or like the checkmate trap, right?
Maybe like you pin this guy down and you deliver some mating threat or something, or you just end up sacrificing here and you win a queen or something. It's one of those ideas. Like you
That
push
queen
this
is
pawn,
like-
pawn takes, bishop takes, and then there is something like maybe pawn take, pawn comes, pawn takes, bishop takes,
A bishop
then maybe
and
black
bishop
plays
G-
something.
G-
Knight takes, if king takes, then bishop sacrifice. King has to take or something. It has to go away and then queen falls. Some trap I
that
remember
was-
pretty well.
that was the trap. But I think the black will not go for it because the black is like quite played the games much.
Black ran into a skewer actually with the queen, where the queen was threatening to take the bishop and pawn, but the bishop could have easily saved, right?
Yes.
And they decided
But-
to save
but,
this pawn.
B-
Yeah.
Oh.
B7 was okay
Okay,
to give
so-
maybe.
So the
Give
thing
bishop,
is like
pawn takes and then knight can move around. I think B7 is
here-
anyhow a poison pawn, right? Let's
So
try
they
to go
have
back
to
to that
stop.
position and see. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So
if you go
actually
bishop
they
to
have
yeah.
if they have to save the checkmate. They have to lose on the rook. That's there is nothing
But
you can
you
save.
you are not even losing on the rook. That's what I'm saying. Bishop to g6. Okay, they can't mate you, right? That's for sure.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? Takes on b7 and then you just move the knight and connect the queen to the rook. How do you lose the rook?
But then there is a bishop to b5. Bishop b5 comes down.
Bishop b5 might be
And
there,
pinning-
but
pinning a knight. So pinning a
pins
knight.
the knight,
Now
but
what
the
happens?
queen is connected in the back time. So maybe you can just try rook to b8 and you can skew that queen with the bishop in the same time.
Yeah, but first bishop takes. First bishop takes a knight.
Maybe king takes.
Yeah, the king takes. Then the queen comes up with the check.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
there
can you
is a
move
lot
like
in
the
that
piece?
line. Yeah, we can go to the analysis board. We are in the last 10 minutes, so let's quickly try to see the lines that we are trying to see.
Let's go with the players.
Yeah. So what happened in the game, if you just try to take a look at, We were at this point, and the black decided to give up the bishop here. Knight comes in. Bishop was just taken down, threatening. This is not a mate, but this is not even less than a mate. The king is going to have a good struggle after that. Knight moved to kick the queen while defending the scholar's idea. White decided to trade down because they have more material. And black plays a tricky line here. The tricky line was they allowed the trade, but after that, if the white will not save, then knight takes c2 is always a threat, winning and trapping the rook on e1.
Yeah.
But the white was smart enough to defend that.
I think better move. Okay, that was a nice move actually.
So they figured it out immediately to defend. The white didn't give a single chance for the black to come back after that. Kick the opponent pieces out. Good presence of mind. The king has to come over to defend c7 at this point. Kicked off. And the black ruined the pawn structure of white at this point. Black is breaking down the center, potentially to punish the centralized king at some point.
Yeah.
Now you can just create a discovery down the road if you want to.
Yes. And even the bishop takes,
Rook.
if the rook is on e8, even the bishop
And
takes, then there is
there can be like a lot in this position.
Yeah.
Can be a lot actually. Maybe rook e8 could have been a better idea there. Now if you take with the pawn, the center gets closed, so not the best option on the board right now. King could have gone to c8. Never disconnect your rooks after castle.
Yes, that's the good thing you're shown to the kids, because many kids are doing this.
That's true.
So that's a great thing.
And then knight is hanging at this point, just setting up a sort of discovery down the road.
That's a good spot. That's a
but
good
even
spot.
This was not less. But the point is here, there can be a check, right?
They can give a check. You're right.
Yeah. So this is a discovery check at this point, and then
yeah.
Anyways, all the trades are going to make the white better and position more favorable for them. So white just ended up winning there, and black resigned. Okay, we are in the last 8 minutes. I want to analyze a random game right now. I'll go through and look at the number of participants that have shown today. The number is 71, which is a very good number for this tournament, I'm going to say. Let's take a random name. Yeah. Can you select a random name from this list that we haven't featured till now?
Let's go with Yuan, I think.
Yuan has not got featured. Yeah, let's take on the Yuans.
Okay.
So Yuan is playing from the black's pieces, and he's playing against Heer. She's playing from the white's pieces right now. And Yuan seems dominant at this point because you see Yuan has a queen and white doesn't have a queen. Wow, beauty.
Okay.
He's simplifying. He's saying, okay, I don't care about my queen. I just don't want any of your pieces to stay alive, and I have my remaining guys who can become the queen for me. I'm anticipating that Yuan might even end up giving his rook to this guy.
Yes, actually he was planning for
rook
that.
Takes h6. Yeah. What just happened?
But wait. One back move. Like the king. Okay, that's a check. Okay. Got it.
Yuan figured out a better way, but as how he's playing, we can't even expect him to give up the rook and he. Okay, you're just simplifying to just win, and that's like a complete domination down the line. So why not? Now we see the roller checkmate coming in. In one move, the game is going to end. Okay, good game by both the players. Let's stay on the leaderboard now. Let's feature someone from the last one of the last boards. I want to feature someone who has missed the opportunity. Parents, we request you to type your kid's username. We are definitely going to take you through your kids' the game, and we'll definitely give some suggestions how they can get better in the arena. Can you take a random name from this list, please, which we haven't featured till now?
Okay, so let's go on to here. The kids are not playing a games, I think so. Some of them are left. So let's go with Vainavi. Alphabet. Okay. He's not playing Vainavi, I think.
Alpha, Beta, Gamma?
Yeah, Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Let's.
Okay, yeah, they're playing. That's a funny username actually.
Yeah.
So Alpha, Beta, Gamma is playing black. Shasha is playing white. Shasha, yeah, I know. Just kidding. Yeah. So
Okay.
here,
But if you look out the position, they have played a very well packed game, very well compact and packed game, which we
Yes.
don't expect with the kids of 725. Eventually, they just want to trade off the pieces, but as they have learned the things, they are applying it on the board.
I mean, I think that these kids are still in the good learning phase of their career, and it's going to be fun to see actually how these kids play at their rating range right now. It could have been an
That
on
was,
percent, right? But that's
yeah, that was just thinking about. Okay, black played. So here the black has.
as you said, if you trade, your opponent is going to get the open file. Anyways, that open
Yes.
file isn't a problem for the time being, but in the endgame, it might cause something. Okay, so the bishop goes on
But
c7.
that is creating a skewer at the end. Okay, you have a two ways
Oh.
here. Actually,
Rook e7.
yeah,
Rook
rook
e7?
e7. Then you can play rook e8. That's fine because you can give a check and win their rook on e1. Sorry, bishop on e1.
No, but yeah, I got your point. But then the knight can follow up here to attack more on g7.
Oh yeah. I missed
I
that.
thought initially my thoughts were knight f5, but then bishop is attacking, so knight h5 might be one of those ideas to look after.
Yeah,
They have blundered a piece actually here.
yeah.
Oh. I think I'm wrong. But yeah, the another piece will get blundered in that case. The bishop will be
Yes.
taken down after you win that bishop with a fork.
So he's might thinking to like create some passer, but it's too early to think about the passer because they have a piece. Might be
That
taking
white has
down.
8 pawns. Creating a passer can be a really difficult challenge here, right? It's not easy,
Yeah.
like when you see it. And here, black has just resigned, knowing the fact they. Wait, why did the black resign? Okay, this is a draw actually. They have mutually agreed to a draw. Maybe because the tournament is ending, they might. Tournament is
White
ending,
should
so they
put-
want to fix their rankings. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, they could have
Yeah,
pushed.
maybe-
There was no point, but maybe they're trying to just try to be a bit clever. Kids are clever, I know that.
Yeah, but white was winning there. I think black was winning there.
Black was winning. I completely agree. Let's just keep our eyes on the leaderboard. The Arav is on the 20 points right now. Then Karthik is on 20 points. Swayam is on 20 points.
Manikandan
AK
made
is
a
on 20
draw.
points. And Manikandan is on 21 points. So we never know which kid is going to complete in the, how the rankings
Yeah.
are going to take a turn by the time this tournament ends in last 3 minutes. Let's take one of their
Like,
games and
one
see if they're
win-
competing.
One win of AK is directly going to be because it's a 4 point.
And even Manikandan is taking on Swayam, so rank 1 and rank 3 are taking against each other. That is going to be one of the best things to see right now.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
white looks too good here in terms of development, I see.
Yep.
And the punishment comes in. If you get your queen out early, you might get punished, and that's
Yeah.
what black is trying to do. Oh,
But
this
the pawns. Hey, wait.
looks
There
tough.
was. Okay.
They're blitzing out
That-
the moves. They want to collect that extra 2 to 4 points before the game ends.
Yeah, actually. Like they should try to trap the bishop on h5. Like by moving that h5, maybe if it works. Not works at that level of kids.
Here, the idea
Okay.
can be get your rook on the open file and try some knight check and drop your queen in.
Yep. That's
Something like
Yes,
that
that's the
might be
idea.
useful. And white is also not showing any mercy. White is also saying, I will try to give it my all before that
Okay.
1 minute ends. They are like,
Yep.
they're all set. If they can somehow deflect this queen, which is not a thing right now, but maybe in the near future it might be.
yes.
Kids are showing brilliant games on the board today.
So black has to play here like the queen.
Can there be a knight
Queen
sacrifice, like you put the knight and then you attack the queen, pawn takes bishop check or something to follow up with?
Wow, that's really good.
There's only one challenge. If the knight takes back, then the plan won't work because it's more of a luck factor here. So if the knight can be kicked away and then you might try, maybe first knight, you kick this knight away and then you play your knight there, pawn,
Knight.
bishop.
Okay,
It's not
I
easy.
think Manikandan is taking a time because that time of tournament is getting over. So if he hold for more, he is going to win.
I agree. If the kid is genuinely thinking and taking time, we appreciate that. But if it is being used for a manipulative purpose, that's what we don't teach to our students. So I'm sure Manikandan is
Yeah.
taking his time actually to figure out good moves rather than doing something malicious like which can come down the line. Because all the kids at Chessbrainz have good sportsman spirit. We've seen it in last 4 to 5 tournaments. Repeatedly, I've seen players who just resign and give points to their opponent in last 20, 30 seconds. Let's go back to the
Yeah,
leaderboard. It's
that's
ending. I
really
don't
good.
see this game ending in the near time right now. Let's just have the eyes on the leaderboard. As you said, AK has taken the lead and it's just 14 seconds away
Yeah.
from him being the winner of the
Okay,
tournament.
I think Manikandan is in that game. Okay,
Manikandan is on
Manikandan
second
can
place
give a
right
check.
now. Can, but again, the point is the tournament has concluded. So we finally have our winners on the board with us. We have Sankeet on the 10th position with 14 points. We have Livinish on the 9th position with 16 points. We have Kailash on the 8th position with 16 points. We have Parth on the 7th position with 19 points. We have Arav on the 6th position with 20 points. We have Karthik on the 5th position with 20 points. We have Sanvi on the 4th position with 20 points. We have Swayam on the 3rd position with again 20 points. This has been a
Yes,
neck to neck competition for these kids.
yes. Just
Manikandan,
the first six. First six,
yeah,
even the seventh. One
even
win and
7th is
20.
19. Yeah. And then when you see Manikandan, he has just managed to outplay all these 4 to 5 kids by just getting that one extra point, that one extra draw we see. Manikandan has secured the second position. He's runner of the tournament. And then we finally have the AK representing his power. AK has got the first position with 22 points. He has got, I guess, one draw, but he has been undefeated throughout the tournament. We see no games were lost by him. Top Chess Park, he might have got a draw against maybe in this game potentially or something. Yeah, he got a draw here, and AK managed to win it. So we congratulate all the winners for making such a good out of your tournament this time, and we also congratulate all the participants who you guys showed up here. You collected experience, and when you analyze your game with your coaches, you are definitely going to come to know what things you can improve. When you bring that improvement in the next tournament, you will end up scoring better than this tournament. This is a word from a coach itself. And thank you so much, Coach Drew, for tuning with us and sharing your knowledge. If you want to have your word for our viewers, the stage is open for you.
Yeah. So I just want to say, like, for every time, just don't give up, kids. Just try playing. As like you can see, might be like even the last page of the kids, they have played a many games. I have seen like in the 50th, 50th, 60th, they have played a many games. Even they are losing. So that's like a spirit of player. That's what I say. Like if you have that, and you just need a little bit of now placing the things on the right squares. So you have that spirit, just keep practicing more, you are going to win, and maybe one time as like of AK you have the name over here.
Yes. So basically, there are two ways to look at the results. Okay, I'll just add up and we'll end up the stream immediately after that. There are two ways to look at this. Okay, Harshida has made on the 72 rank, let's say, and she lost all of her games. This is one way how the people look at it. Okay, for me, it is like she tried 7 times and she gained the experience of 7 games, which she's going to carry in her next tournament, and she's going to
Yeah.
have more experience than other players who have played less than 7 games. So definitely, this is
Yeah.
going to add more to her improvement. Is how I
Even
can conclude
Rihanna,
this.
you can just check even Rihanna at 50.
Even Rihanna, like there are many players, right? Not one or two, but indeed many who lost, but who kept fighting, and that experience is definitely going to,
It improves the
mold you into a
patience.
very strong player. Yeah.
It
You don't
improves
give
the
up. You
patience.
keep on playing and at least gaining that experience. So the more game your coach can analyze with you, the more they can help and the better you get. That's it for today. Viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. We are signing off. If you liked our work, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We are going to come with more such, bombastic streams in the future. Take care till then. Bye and have a good time.
Okay. So.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, when you hit your teens, life ain't really what it seems. Try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going, I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline.